Good evening. Tonight's top story.
The reflection that night, I stood in the bathroom mirror with the wig still on. Take it off, I whispered to myself, but when my hands rose, they hesitated. My fingers hovered above the hair, trembling, unable to grip. It wasn't MIT, was like the wig itself was holding them back. Finally, with a growl of frustration, I grabbed and yanked. Pain lanced across my scalp, like tearing off a layer of skin. Tiny beads of blood dotted my hairline. I gasped, staring at the crimson streaks on my fingertips. The wig sat limp in my hand, but heavier than it should be. Much heavier. I dropped it into the sink with a thud, and that's when I heard it. A sigh. Not mine, not in the room. Inside the wig dot, I leaned closer, pressed my ear against the hair. For a moment, there was silence. Then a voice, faint, muffled, like someone speaking from the bottom of a well. Keep me on. I dropped it instantly, stumbling back. The whisper didn't stop. It didn't even fade. It was in my head. Friends noticed a week passed. I wore the wig every day on set. I didn't want to, but what choice did I have? Perry kept watching. The costume woman kept handing it over. And the more I wore it, the harder it was to resist. My friends started noticing the difference. You look tired, one of them said. Another frowned at me during dinner. Why are you talking like that? Your voice is lower. It doesn't even sound like you anymore. I laughed it off. But later, when I tried to mimic my old voice in the mirror, I couldn't. My throat wouldn't shape the sounds right. And when I looked into my reflection, it grinned back a beat too late. The dreams started around then. I'd wake in a theater, spotlights blinding me, audience invisible in the dark. A script would be in my hands, lines I'd never seen before, but the words burned into my head as if I'd always known them. And at the edge of the stage, always watching, was Tyler Perry, but it wasn't really him. His face was blurred, shifting like smoke. His mouth moved, but no sound came. The only thing clear were his eyes' hollow pits, endless, dragging me deeper. Sometimes, I woke with the wig already on my head. The pull I tried to resist, I really did. One night, I locked the wig in a box, shoved it in the closet, and pushed a chair against the door. I told myself, that's it, I'm done. But around 3 a.m., I woke choking, my throat constricted, lungs clawing for air. I thrashed in the dark, and that's when I realized something was on me. The wig dot, it had crawled out of the box, slipped under the blankets, and was coiled around my neck like a noose. I tore it off, gasping, trembling in terror. But the worst part wasn't the strangling. The worst part was the warmth. The wig wasn't cold fabric. It was warm, like a body, like flesh. And for the briefest moment, as I held it away from me, I felt a pulse, a heartbeat. Social success, private heel on set, everyone adored me. My performance stunned them. People said I was born for the role, that I had a gift. Perry beamed at me, shaking my hand with a grip that lingered too long, but offset. My life unraveled. I forgot things. Whole conversations vanished. I'd wake up places I didn't remember going to. One friend stopped answering my calls. Another blocked me completely after a dinner, where, apparently, I'd stared at them without blinking for over 10 minutes. I don't remember doing that worse. I started hearing voices in crowded rooms. Not whispers this time, shouts, directions, orders. A chorus of voices telling me to perform, to smile, to bleed for them. And I obeyed. Without question. The mirror's betrayal. The breaking point came when I went back to the mirror. I told myself it was in my head. Just nerves. Just stress. But when I looked this time, there was no hesitation, no delay. The reflection was someone else entirely. An older man, gaunt skin, bruised like he'd been strangled. His lips moved, but no sound came. His eyes pleaded with me, begged me. Then, suddenly, the reflection grabbed the glass. The mirror cracked under his grip, spider webbing across the surface. My hand shot up in instinct, and when I pulled it back, blood ran down my palm from cuts that hadn't been there a second ago. But the reflection wasn't bleeding, it was smiling. Closing beat for part 2, I staggered back, clutching my hand, gasping. The wig sat on the counter beside the sink, exactly where I hadn't left it. Its strands glistened under the bathroom light, slick as though wet, though I hadn't touched water, and as I stared, the strands curled upward, forming letters against the counter. One word, mine, I screamed. And in the echo of my scream, I swear I heard laughter low, rich, familiar. Tyler Perry's I stopped sleeping. How could I, after what I'd seen? After what I'd heard? Every time I closed my eyes, the dreams came back. The stage, the script, the blurred face of Tyler Perry in the wings, staring at me with hollow eyes. The audience chanting in unison, words I didn't recognize but understood all the same. Put it on, put it on, put it on. And every morning, no matter what I did, locking it away, burning it, burying it. The wig was back on my dresser, waiting. The research desk drove me to dig. I searched everything I could find, old interviews, gossip sites, crew forums. At first, nothing. But then I found a buried thread on an old production message board. Wardrobe accident on set. Stylist found dead. The details were vague, deliberately so. But one comment chilled me. She was wearing it. That wig. Perry shut down for a week after that. No one talks about it, but everyone knows. I scrolled deeper. Another post. The wig was custom made. Human hair, real scalp stitching. No one knows where it came from. Rumors say it wasn't bought, it was taken. The thread ended abruptly, blocked by moderators, but the damage was done. I knew now, I wasn't the first. The living wig guy tried to confront it. I sat at my desk with the wig in front of me, staring into its dark sheen. My apartment smelled faintly of iron, though I couldn't find a source. Who are you? I whispered. At first, silence. Then a ripple moved through the hair like a breeze passing, though my windows were closed. And then it spoke, not aloud, but in my head. A chorus of voices, layered and distorted, male and female, young and old. We are the forgotten, the ones who wore, the ones who died. I staggered back, heart hammering. What do you want from me? The wig shivered, strands rising, twitching like insect legs. To live again. take over this time. It didn't just settle on my scalp. It sank. Strands burrowed deep into my skin, threading into veins, nerves, bone. I screamed, clawing, but my fingers slipped off. My vision blurred. My reflection in the backstage mirror warped, my face rippling like water. I saw dozens of faces flash across my skin. Men, women, children, each screaming, then silenced as the wig consumed them. Inside my skull, voices shouted, clawed, begged for release, and then silence. My body stood, but I wasn't controlling it. My lips curved into a smile I didn't feel done in the mirror. My eyes weren't mine. They glowed faintly, dark and endless. The wig had me. Flicker of control. I don't know how long it lasted. Maybe minutes, maybe days. I walked, spoke, laughed, but it wasn't me. It was the roll. At night, when it loosened its grip, I felt the truth. I was a puppet, a hollowed shell. I tried writing this down, tried leaving evidence, but every time, the wig made me tear the pages apart. My hands weren't mine, my voice wasn't mine. Still, in fleeting moments, I clawed back control, just enough to whisper into the dark, "Please, someone help me." The wig only chuckled in my head. "You are helping. You're telling the story. You're giving us an audience." Closing. Beat for part 4. I woke this morning to find the word Act V scrawled across my wall in black strands of hair. The script is almost finished. The wig won't stop until the curtain falls, and I don't know if the finale is my death, or something far worse. I woke up on the floor. Hair was everywhere. Thick black strands covering the walls, coiling across the carpet, stuffed into my mouth and nostrils until I gagged. When I sat up, the air itself felt heavy, like the stage curtains had dropped over the world and on the wall, in dripping black ink. Words spelled themselves out. Act V. The curtain falls. The audience was waiting. The stage, my apartment, was gone. I was standing center stage, beneath a spotlight so bright it scorched my skin. Rows of empty seats stretched into endless black, but I wasn't alone. Every chair was filled. I couldn't see faces, just silhouettes, dozens, hundreds, thousands. They clapped slowly, rhythmically, the sound shaking the floor, and there, at the edge of the stage, stood Tyler Perry. He wasn't smiling, he wasn't angry, he was empty. His eyes were pits, his body a shadow dressed in skin. He raised his hand, and the audience hushed. "It's your turn," he said. The wig pulsed against my skull, burrowing deeper. My vision fractured into reels of film, each frame a different life. Women screaming, men weeping, children begging. All of them wore the wig. All of them ended here. I tried to rip it off. My nails dug into my scalp, tearing flesh. Blood ran into my eyes. But every time I clawed, the audience laughed like it was all part of the script. I realized the truth. This wasn't just a curse. It was a performance. The wig didn't haunt. It staged. It chose actors. It wrote scripts. It fed on attention, on fear, on the eyes of its audience, and now it wanted its finale. Perry's confession. "You think I wanted this?" Perry whispered, stepping closer. His voice cracked like a broken record, layered with screams. "You think I built my empire? No. The role built me. The wig built me. And when it was done, I passed it on." He leaned close, breath rancid with smoke and sweat. "I tried to warn you, but you wore it anyway." played your part. His hand touched my chest. The skin there rippled, and beneath it, I felt strands of hair twisting around my ribs. You're not you anymore. You're all of us. Every soul that's ever performed. His face split not into a smile, but into others. Dozens of faces pressing out from beneath his skin. They screamed silently, their mouths stretched wide, hair pouring from their throats. I staggered back, sobbing, I don't want this. But the audience only applauded. The transformation, the wig tightened, choking. My veins blackened, crawling like ink beneath my skin. My bones cracked, reshaping, and then the voices began. They weren't whispers anymore, they were commands, shouted lines, script directions. Laugh. I laughed, high-pitched and broken. Cry. Tears streamed down my face, though I felt nothing. Bow. My body bent forward, muscles snapping as I obeyed. The audience roared, and in that roar, I heard every soul who had ever worn the wig. All of them trapped, performing eternally, never free. Final confrontation, I dropped to my knees. Blood and hair poured from my mouth as I screamed. Then end it. Kill me. Don't make me perform this forever. Perry's shadow loomed. There is no end. Only the next act. He lifted his own wig, peeling it from his scalp. Beneath, nothing but hollow skin, stitched together with hair. The wig crawled from his hands toward me, merging with the one already fused to my head. The weight doubled, tripled, crushing my skull. And in that moment, I saw it all. Every soul in the audience, every victim, every actor. They weren't watching, they were trapped. Each silhouette was another performer, another prisoner. The seats stretched into infinity because the curse never ended. The curtain, the spotlight dimmed. Darkness swallowed the stage. And when it lifted again, I wasn't myself. I stood taller, my face smooth, my voice steady. My reflection in the stage's black floor showed a stranger smiling, flawless, rehearsed. The wig had finished rewriting me. I wasn't me. I was the role. The audience erupted in applause, and then silence. The curtain fell. Epilogue, final beat. I'm writing this from a hotel room or maybe a dressing room. I can't tell anymore. The wig lets me have these little moments of clarity, only so I can record them. Because that's the point, isn't it? The story has to be told. The show has to go on. And soon someone will hear this. Someone will read it. Someone will believe it. And when they do, the wig will choose its next performer. The cycle never ends. The curtain never really falls. The returner thought the curtain had fallen for good. But last night, I woke up gasping in the dark. My head felt lighter, for the first time in months. The wig was gone. I stumbled to the mirror, half afraid of what I'd see. My face was mine again. My eyes were mine. For a heartbeat, I believed I was free. Then I saw the note. It was taped to the glass, scrawled in hair across the paper. Thank you for your performance. The role has been passed on. The news eye turned on the TV, desperate for distraction, and there he was, a new face, smiling, charismatic, wearing a wig that looked all too familiar. He was on a talk show, laughing as the host complimented his new look. The crowd cheered, and in his eyes, for a split second, I saw it. That same hollow, endless dark. The role had moved on, not to a stranger. To someone famous, someone millions of people would watch every day, the horror of freedom at first. I felt relief. The voices were gone. The whispers were gone. My reflection didn't change anymore. But freedom is worse, because now I can see it all. Every camera, every billboard, every screen that shows his face. Behind his smile, I see them dozens of trapped souls, screaming through the mask. And sometimes, late at night, the TV turns itself on. He's there, staring at me. His mouth moves silently, but I can hear the words clear as day. You'll miss it. You'll miss the stage. The pull. I thought I could walk away. Leave the industry, the city, the curse. But the wig left something inside me, a hunger. When I pass a costume shop, I feel my hands twitch. When I see a woman brush her long hair, I feel the urge to rip it away and wear it. When I dream, I'm back on stage, bowing, bowing, bowing until my spine snaps. The curse doesn't just leave. It stains, and the worst part. Sometimes I do miss it. The applause, the eyes, the endless, suffocating attention. Even if it was all a nightmare. It made me somewhat. Without it, I'm no one again. The whisper returns. I'm hearing things again. Not from the wig. From inside me, it's soft, patient, like a seed that's been planted and is finally growing. You could take it back. You could wear it again. Just one more act. I cover my ears, but the whispers are inside my skull. They sound like my voice now. Maybe that's the final trick. Maybe you never really escape. The last note. I found another note this morning, slipped under my door. No envelope. Just hair pressed flat against paper. Act by the return. The stage isn't finished with me, and the wig always finds its way back. The confession. If you've made it this far, then you've already taken a step onto the stage. I didn't want to write this. I fought it. But the wig demands an audience. It feeds on the eyes, on the ears, on the attention. Every word you've read, every second you've listened, is another thread sewn into its script, and now, it knows you. The warning. You'll start small. Maybe you'll notice a single strand of hair on your pillow tonight. Too long to be yours. Too dark, too coarse. Or maybe you'll catch your reflection moving a second too late in the mirror. You'll shrug it off. That's how it starts. But the wig is patient. It's waiting for you to look, to watch, to listen. And you already have. The audience revealed. I used to think the silhouettes in the crowd were strangers, lost souls. But I was wrong. They're you. Everyone who hears the story, everyone who gives the wig attention, becomes part of the audience. That's why the rose stretched into infinity. Because the show never ends. I can already feel it moving again. The wig wants me to stop writing and start performing. But it also wants you. Maybe you'll dream of Tyler Perry tonight. He'll be waiting backstage, holding something in his hands. A wig. Maybe you'll wake up to find it lying neatly on your chair, like a gift. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be tempted to try it on, just for a second, just to see how it feels. That's all it takes. Breaking the fourth wall. You think this is just a story. So did I. But stories are performances. And performances need audiences. Which means by watching, by listening, by staying, you've already given it power. And power always collects its debt. Final words. So if you're brave, if you're foolish, stay to the end. Keep listening. Keep watching. But if you feel a hand brushing your hair tonight, don't look in the mirror, because once you see it, it's already too late.